Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be looking at a brand new micro brand startup watch from the land down under. That's right, Australia. This is a pre-production model from the Pilbara region in Western Australia. A place where it's hot, it's dry, it's an ancient land which straddles the Indian Ocean to the left and a harsh, dry desert to the east. So quite a few dial variations are available in this watch, and their inspiration is drawn from the region. They offer a lovely looking watch immersed in the land of Oz. I'm impressed with its size, so stick around as I share my honest thoughts on this new startup brand from Western Australia, the Pilbara Dive watch from Houtman. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see here, I've got a brand new micro brand startup watch from Australia, and I'm happy if it's from Australia. It's good to see some locals getting getting some watches out there, and this is called the Houtman Pilbara Dive watch. So it's an interesting watch. I like what it offers. I like what it stands for. I did say in the intro that it draws its inspiration from the region itself. There's different dial variations, and there's different colors. The red rock, or the rock dial, it's drawn from the red earth of the region. There's a green dial from Pilbara jade. It's a soft carving rock found locally. There's this white dial from the salt mines. This is a lovely one. This is the one I like. The first thing you see when you fly into the region town of Kotsa. So that's the white salt plains, and this is basically got a very similar colorway to that. There's also a black dial, which is iron ore and mineral sands from that region, as well as a blue dial, which is of course drawn from the Indian Ocean. But today we're here to talk about this watch, this colorway. It's the white dial, and look, I'm quite impressed. It's an interesting size. I'll share its dimensions first. We're looking at a case diameter of 41mm with a case height of 11.8. It has a lug-to-lug distance of 49mm with a 22mm lug width. So it's a nicely sized watch for a dive watch. It's not too big, it's not too small. Really legible with that dial and so forth. But I'm going to put this on the wrist to show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so there you go. So as you can see, the watch sits really nicely on my 7-inch wrist. The lugs don't seem to overhang. They seem to sit nicely. It being at 49mm is quite nice. The case offers a combination of brushing, the top and bottom, as well as a highly polished bevel along the sides of the lugs. It sits quite nice. It looks nice. It seems to hug the wrist quite nicely, being a 11.8mm case height. Now the bezel itself, let me take this off, I'll show you guys something. The bezel itself is 0.5 millimeter wider than the case, so it's 41.5mm. So there's a slight overhang, but in saying that, it seems to be nice and grippy. Beautiful. So the bezel itself, as you can see, it's a 120 click unidirectional. Nice and crisp, accurate. There you go. The slightest of movement, but it seems to line up just nicely, which is beautiful. Now, it's a sandblasted bezel with an IP black alley insert with super luminova field markers. So it's quite nice. I'll show you guys a Loom Shot shortly. But before we get onto that, let's have a look at the glass. The glass itself is a slightly domed sapphire crystal. It's got the most subtle of domes in there, which is quite nice, and it has an AR coating on it. It seems to be doing a great job both inside and outside conditions. Legibility issues, not a problem. Now the crown itself on this is a 7mm crown. It features the Houtman shipwreck logo, and again that logo itself is also loom filled. So let's give you guys a loom shot now. I'll give you guys a loom shot of the front of the watch. So as you can see, everything seems to be illuminated quite nicely. The markers themselves seem to be slightly under. They look like they could do with a little bit more loom, and I believe that's one of the changes they're going to make on the production model. Let's have a look at the side. So as you can see, the loom on the actual crown is quite nice as well. Beautiful. So a very legible experience, no issues there. Now, being a screw down crown, the watch offers 200 meters of water resistance, and I'll just unscrew this for a second. There you go, it pops out. As you can see, we can hack the movement. The movement is a Miyota 9039 high beat movement with no date. So it's nice and it's clean, it's hackable, it's hand windable, and the screw down experience itself, slight pressure and locks in just perfectly. So 200 meters of water resistance, not an issue. Now the dials themselves, I did say that initially they're going to have 3 dials that are available, 3 options, plus 2 stretch goals. Now the first ones that are going to be offered is the Pilbara Rock, which is a unique red iron colored special rock from that region, from the Pilbara region. It's nice, it's unique, the colorway is lovely. I actually like that watch, but the fact that it doesn't have any logo on it, their Houtman logo as well as automatic 200 meters, was a bit of a deal breaker for me. But in speaking to the manufacturer, they said that they're going to actually try to get that logo placed on that dial, and I think if they can do that, that's probably one of my favorites, closely followed by this. Secondly, the blue dial, the Pilbara Blue it's called. It's a deep blue dial with metallic sunburst effect, and again that draws its inspiration from the Indian Ocean of that area. The third one they're going to be producing as an option is the Jade, the Pilbara Jade, which is again a deep dark shade of green with a metallic sunburst effect. And that particular one, like we spoke of, that draws its inspiration from the Pilbara Jade, a soft carving rock that's found locally. So, but their stretch goals are going to be a black one, a Pilbara Black, which is a textured black finish, as well as this one, which is called the Salt White. And I like this. This is the Pilbara Salt White. It's a matte white, it's smooth, it's bright, really legible, really clean. And personally, I usually get drawn to black dials or darker ones, and I like this. I like its simplicity, it's clean, it's the balance of just the logo, their automatic 200 meters, no date, nice and clean. It works. For me, it works. So, but look, let's get back onto the watch itself. The hands themselves, as you can see, they're brushed hands with superluminova, and quite clean, simple, elegant. Now the case back itself, as you can see, it's an embossed Pilbara mascot. It's a red dog. It's commonly known as the Pilbara Wanderer. It's a beloved local legend, well known for his travels through the Pilbara region in Western Australia. So they've basically embossed that on the back of the case. I like it. I like its simplicity, its cleanness. Again, symbolic. This is of the area. The dials are of the area. So the watch means something. They're starting a watch off with a bit of soul, which is lovely. Now, what the watch offers in regards to straps, as you can see here, it's got a leather strap on it at the moment. So the watch is going to be offered with a leather strap as well as a rubber strap. But apart from that, there's an optional kangaroo leather, which this is lovely. I mean, this is just a pre-production model, so they haven't got this right yet. But as soon as they get this right, the feel of this is fantastic straight out of the box. They've sent me this as a sample just to test it, and I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with that. Plus they're going to be offering a stainless steel variant that's going to be available. But this is going to be on Kickstarter. They're basically going to be offering this at $350 US. And again, I think it's around the early December or so forth. Now I believe the watch is going to be shipped on a watch roll like this. In fact, it's very, very soft. These are made in Australia. Beautiful soft leather, a nice feel to it and so forth. Maybe they'll make some changes, but I like this. I don't actually mind this at all. It's got a beautiful soft, very elegant feel to it. Really nice. An interesting watch. I'll leave you guys with their webpage and so forth. I think it's specced up nicely. I think its size is nice, and like I said, I don't mind supporting and encouraging local talent, local designers, local people wanting to get into the, or enthusiasts that are wanting to get into the watch industry and develop their own product. I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. So the production changes that are going to happen with this particular watch, there's a couple of things that I found that I didn't like, and one of them, which I mentioned to the designers, was the actual crown. I love the size of the crown. I love the knurling, the way it feels. The only thing was the external, the furthest part of the crown feels a little bit rough to the fingers. So I've mentioned that to them, and they've said that they've actually got a change happening on that. They're going to put a fine bevel at the edge that crown, so that should give it a more finesse, nicer feel, which is wonderful. The dial itself, the lume, I found a little bit to be a little bit on the low side, a little bit dim compared to the rest of the watch. But again, they've said that they're going to change that. They're going to increase the lume to match the hands and the bezel itself. The bezel ring is to be set deeper into the bezel, so there's a slight change there, as well as all the straps. As you can see on this one here, it's a standard spring bar strap and so forth, but all their straps are going to be quick release. So, you know, it's going to be a nice, easy experience. Nice and easy on the wrist, being a 41mm watch. It really wears well, guys. I think they've done a great job being, you know, a Miyota 9039, having the 200 meters water resistance. A nice proposition for 350 US bucks, guys. I encourage you guys, check them out, have a look at them. An Australian company, an Australian micro brand starting out. More than happy to give them a thumbs up and so forth. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. It was just a couple of thoughts that I wanted to share on this new micro brand. And I hope they get this out to a few more reviewers to have a look at, because it's quite an interesting offering. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you in the next video.